Welcome back to Rob's Arsenal Recap. In this video we will do preview and prediction on the Arsenal vs Crystal Palace match. Both sides got off to winning starts on match day 1, and we look ahead to a Monday night clash in the Premier League with our Crystal Palace vs Arsenal prediction and preview. At 45.2%, the supercomputer believes Arsenal represent the best chance of an away win on match day 2. But oddly, since Mikel Arteta took charge, Arsenal have played in 4 away league matches on a Monday night, and lost all of them. Since Roy Hodgson returned in April, Palace have averaged 15.7 shots per game in the Premier League, just over 5 more shots than they had on average under Patrick Vieira, 10.5. Both sides got off to winning starts on match day 1, with Arsenal beating Nottingham Forest 2-1 at the Emirates, and Crystal Palace defeating Sheffield United 1-0 at Brummel Lane. An unblemished start to the season will end for one of those sides on Monday night. Despite a dominant first-half display, Arsenal weren't especially convincing in their home win against Forest. They enjoyed an extremely comfortable opening 45 minutes, thanks to goals from Edin Nketiah and Bukayo Saka, which put them 2-0 up at the break. Both Nketiah will likely retain his starting spot with Gabriel Jesus still out, and Saka now have a chance to become the first English player since Ian Wright in 1997 to score in both of Arsenal's first 2 games of a Premier League season. Mikel Arteta's side saw 84.2% of the ball in the first half, a figure higher than in any first half of a Premier League game last season. They turned that into 7 shots to Forest's 1 as a routine home win looked on the cards. They stumbled after the break though, in a second half marred by a knee injury to new signing Jurrien Timber. It'll likely sideline him for the majority of the season. The Dutchman has mainly played on the left side of defense since joining, and Arteta will hope Alexander Zinchenko is fit enough to come in to replace him for this one. Taiwo Awoniyi made things nervous for the home crowd with a late strike, and Arsenal ended up clinging to a 1-goal victory. Their performance was one of 3 across the opening weekend where the winning team registered a lower expected goals tally than their opponents. Fulham and Manchester United were the others. Odsonne Edouard scored the winner last weekend and could become just the second player to score in Palace's first 2 games of a Premier League season, after Wilfried Zaha in 2020-21. Palace were buoyed by some good news leading up to the fixture. Despite speculation linking him with Chelsea, Michael Olise recently signed a new contract with Palace, penning a 4-year deal. The Frenchman, who is currently recovering from a thigh injury, registered 11 assists and scored twice last season. Crystal Palace's recent record against Arsenal is pretty poor, having lost both games between the 2 sides last season. Palace have won just one of the last 8 Premier League meetings with Arsenal, a 3-0 home win in April 2022. Arsenal's record in London derbies was at the heart of their surprising Premier League title tilt. They won 10 of 12 such matches last season, a record number of London Derby League wins by a team in a season in Football League history, and drew the other 2. As mentioned, Palace got off to a victorious start on MD1. But in only one previous top-flight season have they opened with 2 wins in their first 2 matches, doing so in 2020-21 during Hodgson's first spell in charge. Palace are yet to lose at home in the Premier League since Hodgson's return to the club, winning 3 and drawing 2 under the 76-year-old. However, they've only won their opening home Premier League game of the season once in 14 previous attempts, D3L10, beating Southampton 1-0 in 2020-21, and losing 2-0 to Arsenal in their opening home game last season. Arsenal will hope to go 2 from 2 to start the season, but the fact this game falls on a Monday might be cause for concern. In an interesting quirk, since Arteta took charge, Arsenal have played in 4 away league matches on a Monday night, and lost all of them. At 45.2%, the supercomputer believes Arsenal represent the best chance of an away win in match day 2. But Crystal Palace will have hope of getting something out of the game, with their chances at 26.3% and the draw coming in at 28.5%. Arsenal are the supercomputer's overall second favourites for the Premier League title behind Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, although their 4.9% probability of becoming champions is dwarfed by City's 89.6%. Second is their most likely position, and that will see them qualify for Champions League football again ahead of Liverpool and Manchester United, according to the simulations. For Palace, the supercomputer reckons another mid-table finish is on the cards. Their most likely finishing position is 12th, 12.3%, followed by 11th, 11.9%, nestled between Fulham and West Ham. Arsenal's summer signing Jurrien Timber lasted just 50 minutes on his Premier League debut, before becoming the latest in a long line of players to sustain a devastating anterior cruciate ligament rupture, which will keep the Dutchman sidelined for several months. On a brighter note, Alexander Zinchenko is on the brink of returning from a calf issue and could make a timely comeback at Selhurst Park, where Jesus' knee misses out once more, and the availability of a few out-of-favour players in Folarin Balogun, ankle, Albert Sambi Lokonga, muscle, and Mohamed Elneny, knee, is questionable. Fresh from scoring a wonderful opening day goal, Soccer could now match Paul Merson's all-time club record of playing in 82 consecutive Premier League games, and the 21-year-old should form part of an untouched attacking trident with Martinelli and compatriot Nketiah. Monday's London derby could also mark a first match in Arsenal colours for on-loan Brentford goalkeeper David Raya, but Aaron Ramsdale should win this head-to-head to start in between the sticks. Crystal Palace possible starting lineup: Johnston, Ward, Anderson, Guehi, Mitchell, Doucouré, Lama, Ayew, Ease, Schlupp and Edouard. Arsenal possible starting lineup: Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Odegaard, Rice, Havertz, Soccer, Nketiah and Martinelli. That's the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet already and leave a like and comment on who you would start. The big decisions are who starts over Partey and Havertz as well as Ramsdale and Raya. I'll see you in the next video.